Another step, and the Admiral dies.
What happens to me doesn't matter. He's going to destroy us all. Kill him!
No one else needs to die. Talk to me, Warren.
No. Don't let him get inside your head. He did something to my mind. Made me reveal the security codes for our entire fleet.
This flagship belongs to the Empire. Stay, and the Admiral's blood will be on your hands.
This isn't you, Warren. The Emperor is controlling you, but you can push him out. Focus.
No. No more pretending to be something I'm not. I'm finally free. Youth won't save you. My master gave me all the strength I need to finish this. Why do you insist on being a slave? With your power, you could be anything. You could rule worlds, crush all enemies, have any man you want.
You can't tempt me with those things, Warren. I don't need them.
That's the Council talking. Think for yourself. I've tasted real power. I'll never return to the Jedi. This war is nearly over. Master Braga will lead the Empire to victory on Corellia. Billions will die.
The Emperor doesn't care about the war. He wants to destroy the galaxy, and you with it.
I wonder if Braga knows that. Doesn't matter. Let it all burn.
This man tricked me into revealing our fleet security codes. The Empire will annihilate us if that information gets out. He needs to die.
That other Jedi snapped out of it, eventually. Maybe he will too.
We can't risk him escaping and telling the enemy what he knows. There's only one way to be sure that doesn't happen.
We will not kill a defenseless man. He was our ally once. I hope he will be again. Lock him up until other Jedi come to claim him. Understood, Admiral?
Weak as ever. This is why the Republic always fails.
I'll keep this traitor aboard on my terms. The ship's medtechs will sedate him until your people arrive. If this information about Corellia is true, our forces are in danger. We'd better mobilize everything we have. I'll alert High Command. You inform your council. Good luck.
Admiral Dabrin and his flagship are safe, Master. We also captured Warren alive, but you'll find he's changed.
We were able to help Liha Nerez. We'll find a way to help Warren.
Warren revealed Master Braga is on Corellia. He's the Emperor's secret weapon in the war there.
The Republic is sending everything it has to liberate Corellia. If Master Braga is aiding the enemy...
The Emperor has no interest in keeping Corellia. He desires the deaths of billions to fuel his ritual.
Find Master Braga and stop this madness. Set course for Corellia immediately.
You have something for me? If the Senator's guilty, I don't want to give her a chance to destroy the evidence. You wanted to talk to me, T7? None of this would have been possible without all the work you did to uncover the truth. I could say the same about you, T7. That's why we're such a good team. Don't worry, little buddy. Wherever I go, you'll be at my side. It's good to know my legacy will live on after I'm gone.
I thank you for your trust, Jedi. I might not have given mine so freely were our positions reversed.
The light is always waiting.
I'm not here for your Jedi sermons. As I told your council, the Emperor's plan is not to rule the galaxy, but to consume it. I've devoted centuries to stopping him. For a time, I worked with the greatest of your Jedi heroes, Revan and the Jedi Exile. But they did not have the strength to complete their task.
That's quite a claim.
You will find no proof. I hid my association with them well. Nonetheless, I was their ally in the shadows, helping them oppose my Lord Emperor. Until my vision. Jedi, shining with the Force, lined up to destroy him. All was swept aside. Revan and the Exile were cast at my feet. Then, out of the shadows, one Jedi emerged to cut the Emperor down. That Jedi wore your face.
I hadn't even been born yet.
I waited 300 years for your birth. When I saw your face on Quesh, in the vision, I bowed to you and took a crown from the Emperor's head. It ended when you held his power in your hands.
Your people speaking of the Empire sound like a distorted echo. When I was born, we thought the rest of the galaxy to be mystery and legend. We had been alone for 1,000 years.
What was it like? I can't even imagine.
We were what you made us.
In my youth, Jedi were how you threatened errant children. Obey your masters or the Jedi will obliterate you. For thousands of years, we had total control of 100 star systems. Then the Jedi drove us to the farthest fringe of the galaxy.
That was generations ago. Do people really still care?
Did your people still care to fear us when we re-emerged? This is hardly worth debating. I gain nothing from understanding how your Republic's fools view the galaxy. I am surprised that once your council finishes its brainwashing, any Jedi has a spine left to oppose the Emperor. Perhaps you are young enough to still cultivate the strength of the Sith.
If you came here to turn me to the dark side, you'll be disappointed.
I came to defeat the Emperor. Turning you to the dark side is purely for my own amusement. I do not know how more to prepare you to face the Emperor. What has your training been? All I know of Jedi ways is from Revan. Surely they have changed in 300 years.
How does someone become the Emperor's wrath?
There has only ever been one. My training as a Sith was not far different than Korriban today. Only my visions set me apart, made them bring me before the Emperor. In his presence, I first saw who he was and what he planned.
You still chose to serve him?
I chose to live, long enough to find one who could defeat him. I thought Revan and the Jedi Exile were my chance.
Revan and the Jedi Exile are legends. What were they like?
It should not have surprised anyone that Revan turned Sith. He knew you cannot fight the dark side without understanding it. The Exile was harder to read. Even with all she had done, she never trusted herself. With Revan, she was his student again. I liked them. I would have served them, but my vision told me they would fail. I cut down the Exile and brought Revan to the Emperor as a gift.
You regret betraying them. There is room in the Force to forgive, even such heinous crimes.
I do not seek forgiveness. The only way to live long enough to find the Jedi who would kill the Emperor, to find you, was to convince him to trust me. He took my offering and gave me a place at his side. He gave me immortality. It was a gift, but not without its price. It has been enlightening to spend so much time among you and your Jedi. For 300 years I have spoken to no one but Sith, and they do not change. They are the same on Korriban now as in my childhood. The same tricks, the same fights, the same groveling and mind control.
Was that almost a compliment?
I am only surprised that I have learned the most of the Force from a Jedi. Revan taught me to be effective when I became the Emperor's wrath. And now I have learned as much from you.
You have opened my eyes as well.
And here I thought you weren't listening. I have sought the Emperor's death for so long, yet I cannot picture the galaxy without him. When I was born, the Emperor was the Empire. Everything existed to feed his whims. He was so far above us, no one, Sith or slave, would have dared even form an opinion about him.
I'd say joining Revan to kill him counts as an opinion.
When I began serving him, I thought it was far simpler than that. The Emperor was just a man, isolated by unimaginable power and the inability to trust the scheming sycophants who served him. I was wrong. He is a disease that must be stopped before it ravages us.
Even the Emperor can be turned back to the light.
You have heard nothing. He is not a man. He will not break down in tears of regret for what he's done. Immortality comes at a terrible price. Taste, smell, touch, color, emotion. The Emperor and I experience none of these things. We are no longer mortal. When you face the Emperor, do not forget that. I now understand why your council tries to control your pleasure as well as your anger. Pleasure is a far more powerful motivator.
What makes pleasure more dangerous than other emotions?
Pleasure is the foundation of all desires. There is nothing that inspires so much anger as thwarted longing. I still remember the feel of sunlight on my skin, the scent of favorite foods, the color of my first love's eyes. To experience those simple pleasures again would be worth anything.
See? You haven't lost your humanity after all.
Do not mock me. I understand why your council controls you. What I'll never comprehend is why you let them. You have surprised me, Jedi. You have the heart of a Sith. Had you been born on Korriban, you would be sitting on the Dark Council now. It is too late to turn you fully from the light. But should your children have a connection to the Force, I will see them properly trained.
Any children of mine will be Jedi.
Ha! Were you true to Jedi teachings, your protest will be that you will never have children of your body. But you will turn against those shackles, as you have so many others. Had you been instructed in the true way of the Force, the galaxy could not match your power. I will make sure that mistake does not happen again.
It shouldn't be this hard to find a terrible disease I can cure. All the good ones are taken. All that's left are embarrassing things like Both and Nether Rot or diseases that'll take decades to treat. I don't have that kind of time.
Do I want to know what Both and Nether Rot is?
The diagnosis is too gruesome for delicate ears. Forget I mentioned it. This won't keep me down. I'll cure an important disease even if I have to create it myself. Say, that's not a bad idea.
The galaxy doesn't need any new diseases, Doc.
What's the harm? I'd cure it right away. I'm glad you stopped by, but old Doc has thinking to do. You should go meditate. Clean your lightsaber and whatever. Old Doc's luck is finally turning around. Got a holocall from this ravishing Ratataki I knew on Hutta. Big opportunity to cure something important.
I take it that means you're no longer attempting to create your own disease.
Like I always say, a plague in the wild is better than two in the lab. My friend's old employer is a Hutt cartel boss named Nemro. He's infected with an incurable disease. It's eating him alive. Literally. No one's ever cured what Nemro has. He'll pay top credits to any doctor who can save his life. This is my big chance.
You never said you were in this for the money.
The credits are just a bonus. The real reward is my name on every Hutt's lips from here to the deep core. Turns out, I studied this disease back in medical school. There's an experimental treatment no one's ever been able to try. It's too risky. I figure if there's a safe place to work with toxic chemicals, it's a Jedi starship. I know you don't mind.
What exactly are you planning to bring on my ship?
The main ingredients are cyanogen, silicate, ardanium, and accelerate. But don't worry, I'm already mixing the solution and we're all still alive. Now, give old Doc room to work. I got a date with medical history. The treatment formula's ready. Good thing. Nemro's half the Hutt he used to be. My friend's on her way to help. How's my hair? These clothes fit all right? Old Doc's gotta look his best for the historical record.
Worry about your appearance after you've cured Nemro.
By then it'll be too late. When I save Nemro's life, the hollow journalists will be all over me. Oh, here she comes. Look at you, gorgeous. Love the new tattoo, huh? Nice gun.
Let's get this over with. I don't enjoy playing hostage. Not for you, anyway.
I need to make sure Nemro doesn't try to keep me all to himself after I cure him. Hutts occasionally confuse gratitude with kidnapping. Nemro's got a soft spot for my friend. I'm paying her to stay here as my hostage while I fly to Hutta. Brilliant, huh?
If you're worried about Nemro, take me with you. This hostage scheme is ridiculous.
Jedi don't have clearance to land on Hutta. This'll work. Trust me. Sit tight while I take care of business. I'll be back in no time. Nemro will be healthy as a rancor in a meat factory. Or my name isn't Doc.
Jedi standards must be slipping if a worm like Doc qualifies as an ally.
Doc has saved my life many times. He's my friend.
Jedi need him to stay alive. No wonder you people are losing the war. Anyway, that's enough polite chit-chat. Is there anything interesting to eat on this rust bucket? I'm famished.
I did it! Nemro's gonna live. The disease is cured. He's already regenerated lost tissue and organs.
Wonderful news. I can leave. It's been amusing.
You're not gonna stay and help us celebrate?
Ha! No.
You did a great thing today. You cured an incurable disease, saved a life.
Even better, I saved someone famous. That's the kind of story the Journal of Xenomedicine loves. I couldn't have done it without you. I'm putting your name in the special thanks section of my article. At the top, even. This is the worst day of my life. Some idiot bounty hunter killed Nemro the Hutt before the Journal of Xenomedicine could examine him. They can't verify my treatment worked because Nemro's a big messy puddle of goo. There's no proof I saved him.
Someone murdered Nemro? That's awful news.
Yeah, you're telling me? I staked my whole career on him. My only hope is someone else coming down with the disease so I can cure it again. I'm not holding my breath. The disease is rare. It could be years, decades before I get another shot at it.
Another living being is dead, and all you can think about is how it inconveniences you. I thought you were better than this. I thought you were a healer. Was I wrong?
Nemro wasn't a nice person, but he didn't deserve vaporizing. I'll send something respectful to his memorial service. You know what? The Journal of Xenomedicine can take a flying leap into a black hole. I'm starting my own blasted journal. I've had enough medical adventures these past few years to fill a library. And I'm telling people all about them.
Good. Your knowledge will make the galaxy a better place.
And if I get moderately famous in the process, that's all right too. Publishing a HoloNet journal won't be easy. I'm gonna need recorders, edit droids, and a good S-thread broadcaster. That's some serious scratch. I'll have to start charging for my services. You understand.
I'm willing to invest in a worthy venture.
I'll only need a couple of million credits to get started. See what you can do. Lindley, she was a sweet girl. Wonder whatever happened to her. Hope she caught that shuttle off Malice there. Probably should have left her some credits. Oh, hey. Strangest thing. I was chatting with Kira and I suddenly had this urge to rethink my past relationships.
Interesting. What were you and Kira discussing that triggered this?
I asked her what she likes in a man. Next thing I know, I'm sitting here by myself thinking about old girlfriends. It occurs to me I haven't always been a gentleman. My intentions were pure. It was the follow-through that got me in trouble. On the other hand, the follow-through is why they always forgave me. I'm overanalyzing things. I should eat something. This end of the galaxy business we're always mixed up in. Can't last, right? And sooner or later we'll win. Then what? Always been happy to just drift from one system to the next. Settling down is for settlers. The thing is, there's a lot to be said for a home-cooked meal and a warm bed at the end of the day.
That sounds like a good life. I think you've earned it, Doc.
I'm not talking about me. I'm never leaving. We've got to convince Kira Rusk and the others to retire. They're taking up valuable crew space we could use for more interesting personalities. We could hire a Zeltron or even a Thelan. Oh, they're easy on the eyes. This crew could be colossal. Think about it. Funniest thing, that thrill I used to get from saving a patient, it's gone. Once you're saving the galaxy, nothing else compares. I mean, How many doctors get to say they saved the septillion beings? I'm thinking it's just me.
I wouldn't add saving the galaxy to your resume right now. The Emperor is still out there.
We'll have that crazy Sith under our thumbs in no time. Or my name isn't Doc. Point is, if you hadn't taken me along for this ride, I would have missed out. I appreciate that. In fact, I am offering free medical care for you and anyone else you want. Lifetime guarantee.
It's very generous, especially considering all the trouble we get in. You're making a big commitment.
If I'd thought about that before saying it, probably wouldn't have used the word free.